I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Stonewall Museum names Molly Lenore to lead major campaign for new South Florida home. As 2026 begins with both hope and uncertainty, the Stonewall National Museum Archives and Library in Fort Lauderdale is starting the year from a position of strength. The organization has announced Molly Lenore as its new director of capital campaign and major donors, a role focused on building a new South Florida home to preserve and share millions of LGBTQ+ stories. Lenore brings decades of leadership, creativity, and activism to Stonewall. A board member of the LGBTQIA Sports Equality Foundation, she has long fought discrimination in sports and championed unity across the community. Her career includes work at New York's Museum of Natural History and more than 20 years leading her own firm, Moey Inc., designing award-winning immersive experiences. She's also deeply engaged in the trans community and has served on national boards, including Stage and the National Gay Flag Football League. Stonewall President and CEO Robert Keston celebrated this development, saying, quote, "We are excited to begin working with Molly and adding her to our team. Our national and local efforts will be greatly enhanced by her experience and determination to succeed. She understands the importance of Stonewall remaining here in South Florida, ground zero in the fight for equality. Florida needs her vibrant spirit and dedication," end quote. Lenore shared, quote, "In a time where we are being written out of the history books, we will insist on telling the truth about our contributions and how our work has added tremendous value to the quality of people's lives," end quote. Stonewall's 4th annual Standing on the Shoulders of Heroes Gala is set for February 21st, 2026 in Wilton Manors. Oh, this is really great. Molly Lenore stepping in is not just staffing news, it's a new strategy, and I am here for it. While people are busy erasing LGBTQ+ history, Stonewall is busy expanding it. New building, new campaign, new energy. Florida wants to silence us? No, okay? We're just going to get louder and richer and just build a bigger archive of everything that they're afraid of. That's what we're going to do here, you know? I love Robert Keston for all he does. He's got an incredible history, a rich history of community service, of even running for office, etc. But one person can't do it all.
No. Yeah.
And like, I will call him sometimes, like, months back and ask for something. And I'm just like, and I know that he's putting it to a list of many things that probably will come beforehand. It's almost impossible for one person to do this all. So the addition of Lenore is wonderful. I love all of this. And this is just exciting news for us here in South
her
Florida.
experience working with museums and immersive experiences will just elevate Stonewall Museum, which is what it needs.
And I tell you, working in the nonprofit as we do with the film festival, you have to find people like her with, new ideas to fundraise. It's not easy in this environment.
No.
And we live unfortunately, we live in a place where there is a lot of wealth too, and the gay community here has money, but it's not always easy to get them to support our causes. We all know about this. We put out good effort, but you have to have good ideas, fresh ideas, and it seems like she does. And I'm glad she's doing it for the Stonewall Archives because they deserve it. We deserve it. We need to preserve our history and actually let the whole community know what they do, and we have to protect our history.
Have you been there? Have you been
I've
to
been
the Stonewall?
It's
incredible that it's right here in Fort Lauderdale. Like,
Right
I'm
here.
embarrassed to tell you that I didn't even know this place existed until like maybe 3 years ago. Okay, I had no idea that our history, we're being erased at every corner in every single book in every single school. And our history is right there in these archives, and it's beautiful. And they have thousands of pieces of history. And there was a moment there where I was thinking, because they have a space in Art Serve, right? Off Sunrise Boulevard, and you can hardly see the sign from Sunrise, right? And I'm like, I pray for them often. Because it's like, I don't want to lose them. I hope we don't lose them to another city, to a Chicago, to a New York, or they get absorbed by a bigger company, because it's what happens to save organizations like Stonewall, but I'd love for them to stay right here in Fort Lauderdale. So maybe with this addition of Miss Lenore, that will be, she's here to get us a new building. So that's it. It'll stay here. That's wonderful.
I love history, and I love documentaries. I think you're a documentary chick too. And what excites me the most about it was that 20 years at New York's Museum of Natural History, which, I mean, that's kind of a big deal.
That's huge.
In order to be in like one of the artistic centers in this country.
Yep.
And then also that she has all this experience with her company designing award-winning immersive experiences. Yep. I'm a huge immersive experience guy. I just went for the second time taking friends to Super Blue Miami. If you've never been there, incredible. Yeah. You know, and if there's a way that she can take our history and put it into this immersive experience to where like you didn't really know, I didn't either, you know, but if there's some kind of immersive experience that's created that she could sell some tickets to or even just have a free night to, I would be there to see like holograms of like our leaders in the past and everything. Like I think she could really bring it to life and actually bring in the non-LGBT folks into it and to understand. And that's where we really need support.
And you sell those tickets for $40. You're doing it in Wynwood all the time for Dolly, for whoever else. And it's just squiggly lines everywhere. And you're paying $45 to read and guide yourself through the experience, okay? Right, and if you buy something, it's $10. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, you're absolutely right. And people would go. And I bet you a ton of people would be like, wait, this was here? I had no idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We just gave everybody ideas. Robert Keston, I hope you're writing that down, sir. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.